Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Did everybody have a good dinner? Has everybody been enjoying the show so far? Is everybody ready for a little dinner entertainment? Well, welcome to United FanCon 2002, United FanCon 12's Cabaret. We have a very, very, very special treat for you all. Many years ago, when I went to a lot of Doctor Who conventions, I saw this man. He has a very, very great act. He's a great cabaret performer. Ladies and gentlemen, if you could put your hands together for the very talented Mr. Richard Franklin, ladies and gentlemen. Come on, little boy. Hi, Ricky.
Hello. Hi. Aren't grown-ups weird? Do you want to know what happened to me at home yesterday? Well, I was playing football in the garden, outside my dad's study, and he suddenly calls, he says, "Dick, come here, I want to have a word with you." I'm Dick, that's my name, Dick. So anyway, I goes into my dad's study. My dad, do you know who my dad is? Captain Mike Yates. Yeah, he's a soldier. So anyway, he says, "Son," he says, "you're very soon going to be in long trousers." So I thought, here we go. "And I want to talk to you man to man." Yes. Anyway, then he looks at me and he says, "Well, son, Then he coughs twice, goes pink as a raspberry, and runs out of the room. I thought, well, that's funny. I was gobsmacked. And while I was standing there being gobsmacked, my granddad comes in. Do you know who my granddad is? This is my granddad on my mum's side. It's Brigadier Lethbridge Stewart. Yes, that's my granddad. You didn't know that, did you? But he is. Anyway, my granddad looks at me and he says, "I beg your pardon?" He's got a bad tummy, actually, my granddad. Anyway, my granddad looks at me and says, "Grandson," he says, "we've got to have a talk man to man." So I thought, oh, I know what they want to talk about. They want me to go into the army. We're an army family, see? But I'd rather be a ballet dancer myself. Anyway, he says, I wrote it down here somewhere. Yes, he says, "You're a big chap now, Dick." I don't know how he knows. But anyway, he said, "You're a big chap now, Dick." And he goes, "Well, And then he went red as a beetroot and flopped into a chair. Well, he'd had a few, you see. He didn't run out of room like my dad. So he flopped in the chair, red as a beetroot. And so I said to him, I says, "I didn't by any chance hear a bird chirping or a bee buzzing, did I?" "Oh, yes," he says, "the birds and the bees." That's what it was, the birds and the bees. So I thought, here we go. "So, grandson," he says, "grandson, I want to talk to you about your sonic screwdriver." Do you know how to use it? Well, I mean, my sonic screwdriver. I've used it every Monday for the last 6 months. But I didn't say that. I just said yes. That's good, says my granddad. And he takes a big swig of whiskey. He didn't say anything after that. It was all silent. It was quiet. So I stood there for a bit. And then I said, "Is that it, Grandad?" "No," he says. "No. It's not just your sonic screwdriver I want to know about. It's a bigger problem." "Oh. Well, what is it you want to know, Grandad? Can I help you?" "No, you can't help me," he says. I wrote it down what he said too. You know, he says, "What I want to know is not what I want to know, it's what I want to tell you." Spit it out, Grandad. This is man's talk, my boy. No one's ever said that to me before, man's talk. Anyway, it is man's talk, my boy. So I thought, here we go. He said, "Do you know how to fix Bessie with your sonic screwdriver?" So I thought, well, I've been screwing up Bessie every Monday night for the last 6 months. But all I says is, yes. "That's good," he says. "Then I'll go for a ride in her." And he goes. He leaves me standing by myself. So I thinks, oh, well, I think I'll just give Joe Grant's daughter a lesson in car mechanics. Aren't grown-ups weird? Nancy has just called me back. She said there's a little song she wants to play and I'll try and sing it. And she's going to try and play it. She only saw it 5 minutes ago. I've just realised I haven't got a spare hand. This is going to be very difficult. Okay. I can't talk into the cat, can I? Could we start again, please? I love my little cat, I do. His coat is oh so warm. He comes each day with me to school and sits upon the form. When teacher says, "Why do you bring that little pet of yours?" I tell her that I bring my cat along with me because Daddy wouldn't buy me a bow wow, bow wow. Daddy wouldn't buy me a bow wow, bow wow. I've got a little cat, I'm very fond of that, but I'd rather have the bow wow, 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 wow. We used to have 2 little dogs, such pretty little dears. But Daddy sold them 'cause they used to bite each other's ears. I cried all day, at night at 8, my pa took me to bed. When Mum came home and wiped my eyes, I cried again and said, Daddy wouldn't buy me a bow wow. Daddy wouldn't buy me a bow wow. I've got a little cat, I'm very fond of that, but I'd rather have a bow wow, 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 wow. I'll be so glad when I get old and do just as I please. I'll have a dozen bow wows then, a parrot and some bees. Whene'er I see a little thing, I'll kiss its face right through. Oh dear, I've got the rhyme wrong there. What was that? Whene'er I see a little pet, I'll kiss the little thing. 'Twill remind me of the days gone by when I would cry and sing. Daddy wouldn't buy
Isn't he great, ladies and gentlemen? One more time for Mr. Richard Franklin. Boy, that takes me back. Anybody, no, seriously, about 20 years, not quite. Almost, though. Do we have any people that were involved in Doctor Who fandom in the 80s at all? Go to shows, things like that? That traveled to some of the big Doctor Who conventions? We used to get, what, 10,000 people, it seemed like, right? Visions was tiny compared to the show I'm talking about. You remember, right? Yeah. Well, this was like a staple. You'd go to a show and they'd have a cabaret, and John Nathan Turner, who was clearly the ambassador of Doctor Who fandom, used to MC, and that was Richard's act, so I'm glad we were able to share that with you. So what did everybody think? Was that fun or what, huh? You know, it takes a real man to be dressed like that. I know I couldn't do it. Well, in a few minutes, we're going to be bringing up the members of the U.S. branch of U.N.I.T. fan club to do their annual radio play. So if I could bring up right now the members of the U.S. branch of U.N.I.T. radio play group, I would greatly appreciate it. Or they call the Perky Brothers radio production. So if everybody could kind of put their hands together to help bring them up here for us. To the right on sound, we have Bert Hazard and Dan Bullenkamp. Bert, of course, is one of the people that helps with the writing. Jackie Kamlot. James, the Warped Man Hussiere. My lovely wife, Debra. The recently taken off the market, Lizzie Sargento. The man of 1,001 voices, Mr. Richard Kirkpatrick. And I must tell people as well, did everybody see the program book that we have, the program book? The program book cover was done by Richard Kirkpatrick, ladies and gentlemen. That was his artwork. Not only is he a man of 1,000 voices, he's also a talented artist. Did everybody remember the scripts?
Yes. Yes, Daddy.
Are we ready to go?
Yes. Yes, of course, sweetheart.
Should I leave the stage?
Please.
Okay,
You're
great.
more than welcome to stay right here.
No, that's
We're
okay.
going to make fun of you.
So once again, get your hands together for the Perky Brothers Radio Hour.
An hour?
Hour?
That's okay.
We've been through that before. That's too long.
Tuning in once again to the Perky Brothers radio program. Tonight's tale is a story so scary you might not sleep for days. A piece of fiction so gruesome you must send your children to bed now before it is too late. It is a story so sickening that the producers must legally advise you to keep a bucket nearby as you listen to Rex and the City.
As I sat at home over a hot word processor. Once again, things did not work out with my last boyfriend. So while I had hoped to go out on a date this evening, I've been having little luck in that department. Come in.
Are you talking to yourself again?
Seems I've been doing a lot of things by myself lately.
Don't knock self-love, or perhaps do knock it.
Is that all you ever think about?
Masturbation? Hell no. Why would I do that and think about it at the same time? Dear God, girl, use some imagination.
Imagination? Hey, that's a good idea.
So is inventing a totally silent vibrator, but nobody's working on that idea.
No, imagination. We've spent countless hours hunting for men in bars, clubs, gyms, adult ed classes, online personal ads, and even on playgrounds.
Didn't I tell you playgrounds were ripe territory? Yummy.
What if we sought out imaginative people?
You mean like going to the art gallery to hook up with guys?
No, the last time we did that, my date was more interested in the manufacture of my lipstick than getting my lipstick somewhere on his body.
Men suck.
I'm sure that one did. Not that there's anything wrong with that. No, I mean this.
A Star Trek convention?
Yes.
Are you insane?
No, just desperate.
Yeah, but Trekkies?
We can boldly go where no woman has gone before.
Well, I do like the virginal qualities of that idea.
I'll give Charlotte and Miranda a call.
Don't you dare. Let's test the waters for ourselves before admitting to anyone where we went to look for men.
Good idea. After Samantha and I changed into something appropriate for the convention, short skirts naturally, we made our way across town to the convention center.
We must be getting close.
How can you tell?
It's the smell.
Very nice. You quoting the Matrix intentionally?
Was I? You think that'll help me get lucky?
I'm sure it couldn't help with this crowd.
Excellent. I wonder if I should pick up some Spock ears while I'm here.
Thank you.
It wasn't long after paying our admission before we were spotted by a couple of men.
Hey, look over there.
Huh? Oh, wow. Wowie!
They must have come to the wrong convention.
They are definitely not Starfleet issue. Maybe they're whores.
James, that's not nice.
Then you explain the looks of those two.
I can't.
Can you also explain the feeling in your pee-pee?
I can't.
Well, I'm glad to hear the feeling is back at least. Come on, Commander Kumquat, we're going in.
But James, these are women. What'll we say?
Oh, leave it to me. Hello, ladies. You must be looking for the supermodel convention. I'm afraid you've come to the wrong place.
No, we're actually here for the Star Trek convention.
James, I still can't explain this feeling. But it's intensifying.
Is your little friend all right?
He's not too familiar with alien life forms. I mean women.
Oh, I see.
I think it's kind of cute.
James, it feels like I gotta go pee. But it's not possible at the moment.
We're talking to them. Don't ruin it.
Maybe this was a bad idea.
No, he'll be okay. I think he did a little too much LDS.
That sounds familiar.
Damn! Must resist quoting Star Trek.
Do you boys have a room in the hotel?
Samantha.
Oh, yes! Yes, we do.
Then you and your little friend should go up there and wait for us.
Oh, Gweep. I'm glad I wore dark pants.
Did you spray like a deer near these fine ladies again?
I didn't mean it. It's just that they're so pretty. So very, very pretty. I want to use their skin to make a woman's suit for me to wear.
Never mind, Commander Kumquat here. I'll get him cleaned up and we'll be ready for you in 2 shakes of a Danubian slime devil. We're in room 1321.
This was a bad idea.
Oh, come on. We've dated worse psychopaths. Besides, you're desperate, remember?
Right, but we need to find some guys that are a little more in touch with reality than those two.
What terrors await our fair sexpots as they venture deeper into the convention scene? Stay tuned after this important word from our sponsor.
Honey, have you seen my crescent wrench?
Did you look under the porch?
Yes, I did, sweetie. It wasn't there.
Well, how about in the dryer vent?
That was the first place I thought to look, sugar, and it wasn't there.
Then perhaps you should reach deep into your anus and pull it out.
Here it is! You were right. How on earth would I ever survive without you? Your memory is amazing.
Yes, folks, don't you hate it when you can't quite recall where something important is? The item is just on the tip of your brain, but you can't focus enough to see it.
Like the wrench in my ass?
Or the kids we left in Pennsylvania on our last vacation.
Exactly. We here at Perky Labs have created a special brew just for the people who are a bit absent-minded. We call it Perktastically Pneumatic Blend.
So that's how my dear wife is able to remember where I last left my wrench.
Will your new Perky Brothers coffee make my husband remember where my G spot is?
Absolutely.
Come over here, Bob. You've got about 5 pots worth of coffee to drink.
Oh, it's hot.
Oh, be careful, Alice. Don't burn off his tongue in the process. That would defeat the purpose. Yes, Perktastically Pneumatic Blend. Just another way we at Perky Brothers say we love you.
2 hours had passed since we first arrived at the convention. While the first 2 creeps were bothersome, it seems very few of the remaining Trekkies had the testicular fortitude to approach us. However, Samantha did make one startling discovery.
Carrie, look who's here!
Charlotte? What are you doing here?
Look, since I got divorced, things have been rough.
But Charlotte, you're wearing a Star Trek uniform.
You like?
Charlotte beat us here to the punch by over a year.
Yes, but I'm not altogether proud of it. The best sex I found at a convention hasn't been with men.
You mean?
Any port in a storm, babe.
Not that there's anything wrong with that.
Besides, the men here aren't exactly the choicest bunch. Still, if you close your eyes.
Great Caesar's ghost! I thought Bert and James were dipping into the sorry and brandy a bit too hard, but they were telling the truth.
Truth about what, little man?
We had some Vox-tabulous gray ASS choice fembots in the his house.
You want to try that again?
Excuse me, ladies, my apologies. You have to understand, we are not used to seeing such fine examples of beauty among the masses gathered here.
Well, we're just here to broaden our horizons, as it were. Tell me, have you ever had a woman?
Well, once in high school, I fluffed the pillows of one of the girls from the Honor Society accidentally during a chess club and bondage outing.
Icky! Ooh.
Hey, you girls will love this. Check out this Monty Python sketch I can do verbatim. Miss Bladder, take a letter. Yes, Senor Biggles. Don't call me Senor. I'm not a Spanish person. You may call me Mr. Biggles, or Group Captain Biggles, or Mary Biggles if I'm dressed as my wife, but never Senor. Sorry, I've never even been to Spain. You went to Ibiza last year. That's still not grounds for calling me Senor, or Don Biggles for that matter.
What a strange little man.
God, I hate guys who do cheesy lines from TV shows and movies.
I don't know, he is geeky, but I find him strangely attractive.
Or how about this? So you see, people of Veston 7, violence is not the way. Only through peace and understanding can your society live on. Beam me up, Scotty.
That's the classic last line from Tomorrow's Never Yesterday. I'm getting moist just thinking about it.
God, girl, you're whacked.
Wabbit season, duck season, wabbit season,
Maybe
ducks.
this whole thing was a bad idea.
Hey, mister, you got a room at the con?
Sure, Vivacious Vixen. Follow me to the Crib of Love. But first, we gotta make a stop at the dealer's room for some ecstasy for tonight's mini-rave.
God, can you believe that she's become this desperate? I think I'm gonna puke all over my Jimmy Choos.
Don't forget, we're this desperate as well.
You mean you really want to hook up with the Dweebo brothers?
It's either that, or I'll go back to my place and pay a visit to Steely Dan.
Hey, how much is that Spockhead decanter?
$370.
I'll take it. Hey, what are you buying?
This packet of official Star Trek condoms, you dolt. We gotta have some protection for tonight.
Yeah, those were actually used by Shatner during the last season of Classic Trek.
Cool!
Nifty.
So it's used clowns to score in some wild fangirl broads tonight, eh?
We're banging some real babes tonight. None of your Buffy the Vampire Slayer leftovers this time.
Sure. Hey, you guys doing your usual radio play at the convention tonight?
Of course.
Yeah, people just love it.
Well, I gotta go get ready for our date with Destiny.
Hey, how much is that life-sized?
Oh, it's so big.
Thank you.
I mean, your video collection. You've even got the extended version of the South Park blooper reel.
Of course.
And the Mystery Science Theater 3000 missing episodes.
Yeah, I had to be nice to an escape con to get those.
Okay, enough chit-chat, fanboy. Now down to business.
Where'd you get that whip?
Never mind that. Get on all fours so I can ride ya.
Yes, mistress?
I'm gonna make you squeal like a pig, boy. I said squeal like a pig!
Oh, yes!
Yummy.
Photon torpedoes away!
Oh, that was fantastic. I never knew it could be so good.
Yeah, well, I was fantasizing that you both were Romulan slave girls from Arcturus 5. That usually does the trick for me.
And to think that I always thought that sci-fi fans were totally eunuchs.
Speaking of that, what's your friend doing in the other room?
No, he bought a life-sized action figure of Nicola Bryant in the dealer's room, and, well, he decided to make it with that instead.
Do it to me again.
This is more fun than playing with my Macintosh computer.
But what I don't understand is you're almost normal.
Yeah, well, you haven't seen me in my LARPing frenzy.
Now this is going to make for a strange relationship.
Ah, she said the R word!
Well, men are pigs. There's no getting away from that. The minute you start mentioning relationships, they're on their way to the next game faster than you can shake a horny sailor off your butt during Fleet Week. Did it really happen, or was it all a drug-induced dream? And why am I stirring LSD into my celestial seasonings tea? Oh, you're right, into my Kirk and Brothers coffee. So, girls, before you read that last article in Cosmo and snuggle down next to your significant other, let me give you this advice. Heels are always better than flats at a publishing cocktail do. Hollywood models only got that way through massive plastic surgery. And once you've had a fan, you'll never have to use your hand.
The best one yet? You know, if you guys start clapping really loud, I might be able to bring out the next guest. But nobody's clapping. Come on, come on. We have a very special guest here today, ladies and gentlemen. I don't even think you knew he was here. Can you get a little bit louder for Barry? Barry, is there Barry out there? Barry, where's Barry? Barry, here's Barry, ladies and gentlemen. Can we have a round of applause for Barry? A little louder for Barry.
Thank you, Paul. I feel a slight stiffening coming on from the last... It was difficult getting out of the seat, you know. You guys have got a future ahead of you, you know. I think that's where FARSCAPE should have gone. The X-rated version. What was the last line? It was great. Oh, damn. Oh, it's hot up here. You bet. I'm bending over, you know. Oh, we're awake, aren't we? See, guys, you know, like in Polynesia, it's funny, you know, like if guys are wearing lavas, you know that when they're dancing in front of women, like when they're straight up, you know, dancing straight up as in perpendicular, it's fine. But the minute they start dancing like this, it's on, you know what I'm saying? You know, guys. Maestro. We have a little... I'm representing Barry tonight. He's going to sing a little. I think this should be the theme song for the show, for what's happened past. We're caught in a trap. I can't walk out because I love you too much, baby. Why can't you see what you're doing to me? When you don't believe a word I say, we can't go on together with suspicious minds, and we can't build our dreams on suspicious minds. So if an old friend I know drops by and say hello, would I still see suspicion in your eyes? And here we go again. Ask me where I've been. You can't see the tears are real, I'm crying. We can't go on together with suspicious minds, and we can't build our dreams on suspicious minds. Oh, let our love survive. I'll dry the tears from your eyes. Let's don't let a good thing die. Well, honey, you know I've never lied to you. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, we're caught in a trap. I can't walk out because I love you too much, baby. Now why can't you see what you're doing to me? When you don't believe a word I say. Oh! Wow! Caught in a trap, don't you know? I can't walk out because I love you too much, baby. Don't you know? I caught in a trap. I can't walk out because I love you too much, baby. Don't you know? I'm caught in a trap. I can't walk out because I love you too much, baby. Oh, don't you know? I'm caught in a trap. I can't walk out because I love you too much, baby. All right, ready on. Caught in a trap. Can't walk out because I love you too much, baby. Don't you know? I'm caught in a trap. I can't walk out because I love you too much, baby. Thank you.
One more time for the king, Mr. Lani Tupu, ladies and gentlemen. Was that great or what, huh? Should we keep this train rolling? Well, get your hands together for the Brigadier himself, Mr. Nicholas Courtney, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you. You know, during that last number, I felt very nostalgic. Because I thought I was back in a show that I was in many years ago called The Rocky Horror Show. You know, when there's a light over at the Frankenstein, you remember all that? Well, don't worry, I'm not going to sing, you'll be glad to hear, because I certainly can't. Well, no, believe me, you're lucky, I'm not going to sing. Trust me, you wouldn't do it. That wouldn't be a good idea at all. Now, I'm going to read you a little something that struck me as quite amusing. This little piece is entitled The WC. Now, it's very important that you should understand in America what the WC is. Some of you may know what it is. The loo. Very good, madam, absolutely. Or to be more accurate, the water closet. WC, you see. The water closet. Okay, I was going to say the John. Well, look, you know what it is now anyway. This piece is called the WC. Now, the origin of the following, I've not been able to discover. It concerns an English lady of title who was suffering from a nervous breakdown. Having been recommended to stay in a small German town in the mountains, she went there to inquire about lodgings. Knowing no German, she secured the assistance of a German schoolmaster who had a smattering of English. On returning home, she remembered she had omitted to ask if there was a WC attached to the house. She therefore wrote to the schoolmaster for full particulars of the WC. Now, the schoolmaster had never heard this particular abbreviation and could not understand much English. He came to the conclusion that the lady was a churchgoer and wished to know the whereabouts of the Wald Chapel, a chapel in the woods. He therefore wrote her the following letter. The WC is situated about 7 miles from your lodgings in the center of a pine forest and is open on Sundays, Thursdays and Fridays. This is unfortunate for you if you are in the habit of going every day, but you will be glad to know that a number of people take their lunch and make a day of it. Others with less time to spare go by car and arrive just in time. But as there are many visitors in the summer, I would advise you to go early. The accommodation is excellent, and there are 80 seats. But if they are all taken, there is plenty of standing room. The bell is rung 20 minutes before the WC opens. I especially advise your ladyship to pay a visit on Sunday, as on that day there is an organ accompaniment. The acoustics of the premises are excellent. Even the most delicate sounds are clearly audible. I shall be delighted to reserve the best seat for your ladyship and have the honor to be, etc., etc. P.S. My wife and I have not been for 8 months. And I can assure you this pains us very much. But it is a question of distance. PPS, hymn sheets are provided at the door. Thank you.
one more time for Mr. Nicholas Courtney, ladies and gentlemen. Well, get your hands together, ladies and gentlemen, for Miss Gigi Edgley and Anthony Simcoe, ladies and gentlemen.
Going to be doing a couple of jokes. It's all very last minute, and we still feel like we're somewhere here between here and Australia. My little joke is about a very little girl, and she goes into a pet store, and she's very, very, very little, and she wanders on in, and she goes, "Excuse me, sir, have you got any wabbits?" And the pet store owner is so big they can't hear her, and she goes, "Excuse me, sir, have you got any wabbits?" And he says, "Oh, well, yes, little girl, we have lots of rabbits. We've got big rabbits, we've got little rabbits, we've got long-haired rabbits, we've got black rabbits, we've got brown rabbits. What kind of rabbit would you like?" And she goes, "Well, sir, I don't think my python would give a fuck."
I want to tell you a story about this bloke. That's Australian for man or person. About this bloke who had to drive through the bush, through the outback, out the back of nowhere. And he's driving and driving and driving and driving until he gets past the black stump. That means he's really in the middle of nowhere, out beyond the black stump. And finally, he loses all foliage, there's nothing. All he can see is a dead, straight road in the desert. And that's it. And he's driving, he's listening to his favourite tunes. What are the cliches? Bee Gees, In Excess and AC/DC. And he's driving along, and all of a sudden, the car runs out of something. Something happens to the car. It's stuffed. He's in the middle of nowhere. And he decides, and up in the distance, he sees this like puff of smoke. So he jumps out of his car and he calls out, "Go away!" Can't hear shit. That bloke's driving on. So he gives it one more go. Go away! Still nothing. So, bugger this. He goes to the car and he pulls up the bonnet and he's looking inside. He's not a very cluey bloke. He's got no idea about engines and things like that. So he's stuffing around, scratching his ass, looking inside the car, trying to work out what's going on. And all of a sudden, he hears this voice. And the voice says, "Mate, it's your carby." Australian for carburettor. "Mate, it's your carby." Shot, looks around, what the fuck is that? Looks around, all he can see is a road, a fence, a tree, 2 horses, and the desert. And nothing else. He's like, I'm going crazy here. What am I, okay, get it together. I've got a bottle of water. I've got my CDs, I've got my car, I'll be safe. It's okay, I'm just hallucinating. So he turns around, back in the engine, trying to suss things out. He said, "Mate," the voice again, "Mate, I'm telling you, it's your carby." And he looks around, he can't see anything, and just there's a tree, the road, and these 2 horses. And he looks over at this white horse and this brown horse, and he realises that it's one of the horses telling him that it's the carby. He's like, "Mate, I'm telling you, it is your carby. You fix that and you're right." And this guy goes absolutely crazy. He goes back to the car. He mucks around with it. It is the carby. Gets back in the car, races 100 miles an hour to the nearest town. This town, all it has in it is one pub. That's it, one pub. So he drives up, races in, screeches inside, goes up to the bar. I said, mate, just give me 4 scotches. I don't give a shit what type. Just give me scotches. I need a drink right now. And the guy just lines up the scotches, downs one, bang, downs him, bang, downs the third one, bang, downs the fourth one, and he's finally got a bit of time to breathe and think about what's going on. He said, you guys will never, ever guess what just happened to me. And I said, what? I said, well, okay, I was out about 100 clicks away from here, driving, I don't know what was going on. I broke down, and then as I was looking in the bonnet, a horse, I'm telling you, believe me, you have to believe me 100%, a horse told me that it was the carby in my engine that was broken. The bartender doesn't batter an eyelid. He goes, was it the brown horse or the white horse? He goes, well, it was the brown horse. The bartender goes, good, because that white horse knows nothing about cars.
Knock, knock. C for cat. Okay, there's this, okay, what's the definition of making love? Something that a woman does while a guy's fucking her. Pardon me.
One more time for Gigi and Edgley, ladies and gentlemen. Well, if we get our hands together, we might just be able to encourage the bad man himself to come back out. Ladies and gentlemen, can you put your hands together for the captain, Captain Bialar Crais himself, ladies and gentlemen, the king of United FanCon, the king of rock and roll, Mr. Lani Tupu, ladies and gentlemen. Or should I just call you Barry?
Thank you, Paul. There is a reason why my two esteemed colleagues were chosen for the show. You understand why they were chosen for the show. There ain't no other two better people on this earth than Gigi or Anthony. Love you. Oh man, I hadn't heard that joke for What have we got here? All right, one last number. I'm still being Barry. This is me. Whoa! It says woo here. Well, the south side of Chicago is the baddest part of town. And if you go down there, you better beware of a man called Leroy Brown. Now, Leroy wanted trouble. You see, he's standing about 6'4". All the downtown ladies call him treetop lover. All the men just call him sir. And he's bad, bad Leroy Brown, the baddest man in the whole damn town. Badder than old King Kong, meaner than the junkyard dog. Now Leroy, he's a gambler, and he likes his fancy clothes. And he likes to wave his diamond rings under everybody's nose. He got a custom Continental. He got an Eldorado too. He got a 32 gun in his pocket for fun. He got a razor in his shoe. Oh, and he's bad, bad Leroy Brown, the baddest man in the whole damn town. Badder than old King Kong, meaner than the junkyard dog. Well, Friday night a week ago, Leroy shooting dice. And at the edge of the bar sat a girl named Doris, and oh, that girl looked nice. Well, he cast his eyes upon her, and the trouble soon began. And Leroy Brown had learned a lesson about messing with the wife of a jealous man. And he's bad Leroy Brown, the baddest man in the whole damn town. Badder than old King Kong, meaner than a junkyard dog. Well, the two men took to fighting, and when they pulled them from the floor, Leroy looked like a jigsaw puzzle with a couple of pieces gone. And he's bad Leroy Brown, the baddest man in the whole damn town. Badder than old King Kong, meaner than a junkyard dog. And he's bad Leroy Brown, the baddest man in the whole damn town. Badder than old King Kong, meaner than a junkyard dog. Yeah, he was badder than old King Kong, meaner than an old junkyard dog. Woo! Thank you. Thank you.
Once again, ladies and gentlemen, for Mr. Lani Tupu. Is he a lot of fun or what, huh? And what an appropriate song for Mr. Crais, huh? Well, where do we go from here? Well, I think it's time to bring out somebody that's going to read you a classic, ladies and gentlemen. A local classic, actually. A multi-talented actor here who's been in practically everything on the face of the earth, it seems like. Can I have you put your hands together for Mr. Patrick Kilpatrick?
I need a page turner. Can Gigi come turn my pages? I know you're all out there. All of you are going, Jesus Christ, I'll take 2 Viagra for her. Come on up here. I need somebody to turn the pages. What'd she say? Can somebody get rid of the young guy with the tattoos? There you go, lass. As you probably, some of you may know, and I'm sure some don't, this is the birthplace for Theodore Seuss Geisel, Dr. Seuss. Oh, God, I thought I was nervous for the performance. Could you, as you turn a page, I want you to go like that. I don't give a goddamn, Ethel. I'm going to get her autograph. I don't care how many Lando Calrissian dolls we bought. I'm going to get her autograph. Okay. She smells great, too. That's the thing about those Commonwealth girls. Oh, the places you'll go. Oh, the places you go by Dr. Seuss. Congratulations, today is your day. You're off to great places. You're off and away. You have brains in your head, you have feet in your shoes. You can steer yourself, Gigi, any direction you choose. You're on your own, and you know what you know, and you are the guy who'll decide where you go. You look up and down the streets, look them over with care. About some you will say, I don't choose to go there. With your head full of brains and your shoes full of feet, you're too smart to go down any not-so-good street. And you may not find any you want to go down. In that case, of course, you'll head straight out of town. You got a kick? Okay. It's opener there in the wide open air. Where? Opener there in the wide open air. You got a kick. Okay. Out there, things can happen and frequently do to people as brainy and footsy as you. Okay. Yeah, you didn't even have to change. Okay, and when things start to happen, don't worry, don't stew. You'll go right along, you'll start happening too. Oh, the places you'll go.
Jesus.
Just don't kick. Just don't kick in the other direction. You'll be on your way up. I'm on my way up. Hurry, it'll go down. You'll be seeing great sights. You'll join all the high flyers who soar to high heights. Ethel, I don't give a goddamn. You won't lag behind because you'll have the speed. You'll pass the whole gang and you'll soon take the lead. Wherever you fly, you'll be the best of the best. Wherever you go, you will top all the rest. Kick. Except when you don't, because sometimes you won't. I'm sorry to say so, but sadly it's true that bang-ups and hang-ups can happen to you. You can get all hung up in a prickly perch, and your gang will fly on. You'll be left in a lurch. You'll come down from the lurch with an unpleasant bump, and the chances are then that you'll be in a slump. And when you're in a slump, you're not in for much fun. Unslumping yourself is not easily done unless you have Gigi. You will come to a place where the streets are not marked. Some windows are lighted, but mostly they're dark. A place you could sprain both your elbow and shin. Do you dare to stay out? Do you dare to go in? Uh-huh. How much can you lose? How much can you win? And if you go in, should you turn left or right? Or right and 3/4? Or maybe not quite? Or go around back and sneak in from behind? Simple it's not, I'm afraid you will find, for a mind maker-upper to make up his mind. You can get so confused that you'll start into race, down long wiggled roads at a breaknecking pace, and grind on for miles across weirdish wild space, headed, I fear, toward a most useless place, the waiting place.
We've all been there before.
We're waiting. Just wait a little while longer. For people just waiting for a train to go, or a bus to come, or a plane to go, or the mail to come, or the rain to go, or a phone to ring, or the snow to snow, or waiting around for a yes or no, or waiting for their hair to grow. Everyone is just waiting. Waiting for the fish to bite, or waiting for wind to fly a kite, or waiting around a Friday night, or waiting perhaps for their Uncle Jack, or a pot to boil, or a better break, or a string of pearls, or a pair of pants, or a wig with curls, or another chance. Everyone is just waiting. No. If you're gonna be slow, you have to kick again. No. Kick again. No, that's not for you. Somehow you'll escape all that waiting and staying. You'll find the bright places where boom bands are playing. Boom, 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 boom. With banner flip-flapping, once more you'll ride high, ready for anything under the sky, ready because you're that kind of guy.
Oh, sorry, I ripped the page.
Oh, no. Oh, the places you'll go. That's okay, Gigi, you can rip all you want. Oh, the places you'll go. Oh, the places you'll go, there is fun to be done. There are points to be scored, there are games to be won, and the magical things you can do with that ball. Will make you the winningest winner of all. Fame! You'll be famous as famous can be, with the whole wide world watching you win on TV. Except when they don't, because sometimes they won't. I'm afraid that sometimes you'll play lonely games too. Games you can't win because you'll play against you because that goddamn kid with the tattoos. It's all right. There's the porno on the hotel cable. All alone.
You see me? I'm there. Oh, sorry.
Oh, that's all alone, whether you like it or not. Alone will be something you'll be quite a lot. And when you're alone, there's a very good chance you'll meet things that scare you right out of
Like
your
your pair of
pants.
hands. Oh,
There has to be a fan, so I don't have to do it. There are some down the road between hither and yon that can scare you as much you won't want to go on.
Jesus, this is a long fucking book.
They're just used to reading in Australia. It's catching up. They're catching up. Come on now.